This episode of the Community Workbench podcast is brought to you by yours truly, Matt Norn of Remax Bell Park. For all of your real estate needs, call me 860-428-6534. Your dreams are my job. Welcome to the Community Workbench. This is Matt Norn and Kyle Morrissey's fill-in. Jay from Ashling Gym. I think many of you know him. He's been on before. We are the hosts of the number one podcast in my basement. At the bench, we try to repair the sense of community. So every week, we bring you small businesses, entrepreneurs, community leaders, charities, and pretty much whoever we feel like talking to. And today, we feel like talking to Chef Nathan Gould, owner of Pintail Restaurant. It's a new restaurant in Pomfret, 405 Mashmucket Road, Pomfret Center, Connecticut 06295. Definitely check them out. Last Friday I went by and the place was packed. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Welcome to the community.
Thank you so much.
So why don't we just get started by where you're coming from and what your education is
Yeah.
from and how you got started in the restaurant business.
Yeah, I started pretty young. When I was around like 15 or so. Well, backtrack a little bit. I grew up in the area, like Holland, Mass, Sturbridge area,
Yeah.
and was here till about 9 years old. And then my parents moved back, down to New Jersey area, so we lived there. And I was in school, doing high school stuff, and I also was the only person in my kind of group of friends in class that had interest in cooking. So I was in the home ec classes, and I was like the only guy in all of those home ec classes.
Okay.
But they only lasted for 3 years in my high school. And my teacher, Miss Canis was her name. She like was pushing me hard. She's like, you have this, like this is something that you should pursue.
Yeah.
Maybe look into culinary schools early. And yeah, and I had the opportunity to do that. I went and toured a few different culinary schools. I went up to CIA in Poughkeepsie, New York, and toured Johnson& Wales. I went to the Miami campus to check that one out, and then I went to the Providence one, and kind of just felt like I needed to go back to New England.
Oh wow.
That campus was really cool too. So
Yeah. I've heard a
it,
lot of good things about
yeah, I
Johnson
mean,
Wales.
it's an incredible school. They had a program called the Access Program, so I could start my senior year in high school
Oh wow.
and pretty much just leave high school. I was fulfilled most of my credits, but leave high school, become a freshman and a senior same year, and kind of do an accelerated program.
Wow.
So I did that at like 16.
That's jumping in with both feet.
Yeah, I was super, but I was ready. Like I knew I wanted to do it. I had one season prior to that, like an actual kitchen, where there's this cool little restaurant in Princeton, New Jersey called Blue Point Grill, and I had some previous work with a caterer down there. I was helping her all summer. She was an awesome chef, Julia, and I ended up going into this guy's business, which was a retail fish shop and a restaurant, and then it had a catering aspect of it. So I was doing everything from just vegetable prep to cleaning fish to going on event site stuff, and kind of dug my feet in a little bit early.
Yeah.
And then I ended up doing 4 years at Johnson& Wales. I ended with a nutrition degree. I went for culinary nutrition. I really at some point wanted to like break away from the restaurant world and do private chefing, nutrition type stuff.
Oh, okay.
And that's where a lot of my interest was. I followed that for a little while. I was private chefing for probably 7 years, all throughout college and then after college. And then I really missed my restaurant world stuff.
Okay.
I went to grad school for nutrition, did a bunch of clinical stuff, and it didn't feel the same as like what I was used to in the kitchen world. So I backtracked a little bit and then got right back into a lot of restaurants. I traveled the country. I moved to San Diego, was cooking out there for a summer, came back to Jersey. Then I moved to the Virgin Islands with a
Wow.
culinary school friend. We worked at a restaurant down there. It was part of like a Starwood Hotel group. It was really beautiful. Open air kitchen on the water in St. John.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it was incredible. I just
Wow.
the work life balance thing just didn't work for me. I was in a 110-degree kitchen in the Caribbean for 7 days a week, you know.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
So I ended up moving back to Jersey, did some consulting work, was working in a restaurant there, and then had an opportunity to move to Martha's Vineyard. So that was in 2011, I think. I took a job as a executive sous chef at a hotel in Eggertown, which is called the Harborview Hotel. It was a huge property. I mean, they did close to $5 million in food and beverage sales a year.
Wow.
3 restaurants, like pool, in-room dining,
Yeah, so
banquets.
they were jamming.
Yeah.
Every day was jamming. But the funny thing is, it's that season that they do 5 million is from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and then it's quiet.
Yeah.
But I had an opportunity to travel during my off season. Went to New Zealand a bunch. Had a work trip to the Philippines so I could hire staff for that restaurant.
Wow.
And I did that for 3 years. Then I became the executive chef of that hotel. And then I did it for one more season before there was a little inn on the opposite side of the island. I had an opportunity to go work for them. And that was called the Beach Plum Inn. Really stunning property, like rolling hills. They raised their own beef. They had gardens, chickens, very farm focused food. And it's also just a very community based area. So you know the oyster grower, you know your farmers, you know the guy who's raising your chickens, who's actually out here now, Columbia, Jefferson. He owns a good farm.
Really?
He's a good friend of mine, and yeah, he was bringing me all sorts of birds. I mean, the connections are just way better than if you're just picking up a phone or punching in an order online.
Right.
Like, you know the people who are growing your food, and that really was my focus. It spoke to how I created menus and what I fell in love with food about.
Yeah.
I did a dinner for a food and wine festival there with a very famous chef from Boston. His name was Tim Cushman, James Beard Award winner. Food and Wine's Best New Chef, I think, in 2008.
You did?
Yeah, so
Wow.
we got partnered up, and he owns a Japanese restaurant in Boston. It's probably the best restaurant in Boston as far as that cuisine is concerned. And I had a real interest in that food, and I'd always had interest in his restaurant specifically. So I was planning my off season to go to New Zealand again, and I'd reach out to him to see if he would, allow me to stage, which is a term in the restaurant industry, just to kind of shadow, let me come in, see what you guys do. And he opened the opportunity, and after that, a few days I spent with him, they offered me a job.
Wow.
And he offered me CDC, so essentially that's chef de cuisine. So he wanted me to run his kitchen, which was like huge for me at the time. I think I was 28, 29.
The resume you have just rattled off. I
Exactly.
feel like you should be 60 at
Yeah,
this point.
I put a lot of years in a short amount of time, but it was an opportunity for me in my industry. Like when somebody that respected is like, "Hey, we would
Come
like
work
you
for us."
here."
Yeah.
I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
So there was a change in dynamic of like my environment. I'm used to calling my oyster guy or go down to the dock literally and pick up bags of oysters, throw them in the cooler. This was Center City, Boston, and we were in South Station area. We were downtown. I mean, it was a total world change from Martha's Vineyard.
For sure.
And I was with them for about 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then COVID hit. Well, at COVID, it was about 7.5. COVID hit. I moved back to Martha's Vineyard. And that little farm restaurant I was telling you about, they had an opportunity that I was hoping that we could work out a deal and I could eventually end up leasing it and have like my own spot there. Some stuff didn't work out. It was kind of a crazy summer. And I ended up going back. I moved back off island. And that's actually when I bought a house here. My son was on the way, and I kind of needed to figure out a plan.
Yeah.
And I had family still in this region. It was like an hour and change from Boston. I could get back to Boston if I needed to. And so I went back and started consulting with them and had my son. Wasn't even initially looking at opportunity in this area for, a restaurant.
Yeah.
But that came up later down the road. So I spent the last, the first 2 years that I lived here, just still consulting, doing a lot of private chefing. I do a lot of private events still. So
You did a couple pop-ups. That's where I tried your.
yeah. So
your ribs.
that was after I had known that Pintail was going to become a thing.
Oh wow.
I looked at the building in 2023. I think it was the first season they put it up for sale,
Yeah.
and it had bones and potential. I just didn't know how much I needed to do to make it what I was envisioning.
Yeah.
So I passed on it the first year, and then they relisted. I think they ran it for another summer, and then they relisted at a lower price. And I jumped in at that point. It made sense.
Yeah. So, and then you buying Pintail, and then you start doing pop-ups. And that's,
Yeah. So I did one pop up, just because I wanted. People were asking. People were like, "What is this place? What's it gonna be? What's the food?"
Yeah.
Yeah, get the word out like on the cuisine and stuff.
Yeah. So we did a pop up at Bare Hands, which was really cool. It was
Bare Hands
very
is an awesome
well
place.
received. Yeah, and they're great people. I had a fun time there, and that was August of last summer.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get open earlier this year. I was actually hoping to get open last season, but we ran into just a multitude of construction issues and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so this is what I know. Growing up, it was Pete's Drive-In.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know.
I've heard. I've never been, but
And like you said it, or before the podcast, you said it used to be porta potties. Now you have a legit bathroom in there.
yeah.
And,
So everything from the pre-existing, and there was a lot of beautiful work done interior. Like, I mean, there's some stainless steel work, fabrication stuff. I saw the bones in that building. They have a big hood with makeup air. They had space for a big prep kitchen. We had to change a lot of things. It needed a lot of new equipment. And then when I got onto the exterior, it was just another laundry list of issues that I had to repair.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to half it. Like I wanted to go in and be like, this is the vision I have for this property.
Yeah.
I mean, everything from our yard, we pushed, we took out a lot of dead trees. We tried to clean that area up.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal.
The roof, the siding. I mean, the patio. We did a local guy did our stamped concrete patio. Came out beautiful, and there was just never a guest bathroom. There was no guest interfacing area where they could feel like maybe it's just a top notch above what a normal dairy bar kind of service feel vibe would be.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at a way to do interior seating, but there just wasn't a possibility of it. So I thought, well, I'll at least build a really nice bathroom, and I think it came out really cool. If you haven't been in the property, like we did a styled out little guest bathroom. It's nice. Pretty cool. I opened it all the way to the roof. There's funky wallpaper. There's some cool vintage stuff in there, and it feels like
gives it some character.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I mean, just driving by the facelift you've given it, the black steel roof with is it burnt clapboard?
Yeah. We
it looks great.
Thanks so much. Me and my buddy Chris, we burned pine like all winter to do the siding, and it did come out really beautiful. The problem was the way the building faces; it gets full sun exposure, so the two sides had kind of bleached out that burn. So this year we re-oiled it and just stained it a little bit to darken it. But you can still see it through the wood.
Yeah, nice. And what are your hours?
Right now, Wednesday, 3 to 8:30, so like kind of an afternoon shift, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 11 to 8:30. And we encourage people to stay and hang out. Kitchen just kind of starts to wind down at 8:30, but ice cream's there, and on most nights, if there's no rain, we'll have the bonfire going too.
Yeah, and you were saying you serve Gifford's ice cream.
Yeah. There was originally I wanted to do soft serve, and or just even in-house ice cream, but there's a lot of processes that you have to go through Board of Health. Also, that soft serve machines like refurbished are almost $30K.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's a big investment.
It may be down the road, but
that.
Right now, like it's not. It didn't take the top list for investment. Yeah. So we're doing Gifford's, which is it's super delicious ice cream. It's high milk fat.
Oh yeah, we like it.
We have 4 flavors, but I'm going to expand those too. Yeah.
It's just another thing that you're sourcing locally too, which makes
100%.
it stand out.
Yeah, and back to the contracting of it, you had Ben LaBelle working on.
Yeah, Ben helped me a ton.
I just want to shout out anyone.
Ben's awesome. Ben and Katie are great. Ben has always helped, and whenever I'm in a pinch, I'm like, and he's a busy man too.
Yeah.
So for him to take time out to help me with this, smaller project was huge.
Yeah, he's a good carpenter, and I've been in a couple of his houses that he's trimmed out or that he's built or whatever.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He does a great job. Circling back to when you were a private chef.
Yeah.
What was that like? Were you traveling with people? Was it a high-end clientele?
Yeah. All of the above. I had a family. My first job was with a family in New Jersey, and he was legit, just a definition of a scholar. He was a worldly collector. He had owned the Gutenberg Bible. He had the original painting of Bach unprotected in his living room. Huh. I mean, he was just truly a scholar. He was part of Princeton University. They named a library after him. Very nice guy. They love to entertain. So I was with them every other weekend in culinary school. So I would drive from Providence, Rhode Island to New Jersey to work in New Jersey for 2.5 days and then drive back to school to make morning labs on Monday.
Wow.
I did that because Providence was so saturated with cooks that I worked one season in Providence and it was just insane. I mean, you get bare minimum pay because you have 400, 500 culinary students who are all looking for work in one small city.
Yeah.
It's changed now. Providence food scene is incredible now. I mean, there's a bunch of really great restaurants, and it's just hard for me to justify, like, okay, I got to work 50 hours to make what I can make in New Jersey in
2 days.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
15
worth taking the
hours.
ride.
So
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
drive down to Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then more recently, I have a few clients on Martha's Vineyard that have homes in Napa, in Chicago, down in the Caribbean, all over. And so I've flown out and done events for them there.
Wow.
And I have some clients in Wellesley that are also just great friends of mine. So I try, it's now that I have the restaurant, I'm a little bit more
Focused on
focused. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
it also
even-
gives you more time with your family by being home and not traveling.
100%. Yeah. And I didn't even mention it. Like, I don't even know how I skipped this, but last November, because we didn't open last season, I had two of my best buds in Boston area, Jesse Kim and Tyler Paolini. Tyler was my sous chef at Oya in Boston, at Oya. Sorry. And
Yeah.
we had an opportunity to open another restaurant. So I opened a little raw bar in Boston last November. And then was with them. We opened that, and I think I backed out in March to get Pintail up and running.
Wow.
So I've been full on for the last year and a half.
Yeah, opening right into another opening.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
stress whatsoever.
two restaurants in under a year. It's, yeah. But it's been fun.
Wow. Now, like, I knew from a very young age that I could not be in food service. Like, and that was like kind of like the thing that people made reference to. Oh, like when you're 16, you start flipping burgers for somebody. That was like the fast food thing was like
Yep.
where everybody went. And I was like, I knew I couldn't do that. Otherwise, I'd be 400 pounds before the day was out because I eat anything.
Right.
As a chef, is it better to be picky or is it better to have like a palate like mine where I can pretty much horse down anything?
You know, it's funny because like most of the chefs I know, when they're off hours or they're not, obviously not like picking a destination to go dine at, they're eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches. They're shoving their hand in a pickle jar. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, we're around food all day. So
Yeah.
if you're around it all day, you're tasting constantly. You're making sauces. You're trying things. You're checking seasonings. You're not really that hungry after the end of the
Yeah,
day.
then you just want like comfort stuff like
Yeah.
you like when you were younger.
Yeah, exactly. It's like something quick, easy. And the
Yeah.
last thing you want to do is like have to go home and like make yourself dinner. you know?
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's how I've been. And a lot of my colleagues are the same way. But
That is funny. So like you said earlier, your scratch kitchen
Yeah.
at Pintail.
Yep.
Well, how did you come up with the name Pintail?
it's funny. I had a whole list of names that I was thinking about. When we were clearing out some trees, there's a little small pond. It's not really a pond. It's kind of just part of the wetlands, but it holds water.
Yeah.
And the first fall, I had some mallards come in and they landed in, I'm sorry, it was spring. They landed in there and they nested, and the same pair of mallards were there for like, I don't know, maybe 4 weeks. And then in the fall, I was doing tree work and I had a pair of pintail, and I have duck hunted a lot in the past. I haven't recently since my kids, but I haven't seen pintail, and especially not in a pair. So I just wrote the name down on my list that I like had on my notes in my phone.
Yeah.
And I was on a fishing trip with my buddy, and he's the one that designed the logo. And he's like, "Let me see all the names that you have like for the spot." And we just landed on Pintail.
Huh.
But it's also like if you look at the logo, I did 2 ducks, and they're representative, even though they're a pair of ducks. It's my son and my daughter. So
Oh,
I have a
wow.
little boy and a little girl, 2 and 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
congratulations. with
Thanks,
the-
yeah.
the
So you get a
family.
lot of downtime when you get home, right?
Yeah. Well, right now I have my kid, so I'm with them. I spend it's just dad time Sunday to Wednesday,
Yeah.
and then the restaurant.
Unplug.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's great that
You
you
just
have
focus
that
on them.
balance for the
Yeah.
Because I always wonder about that too. Like when you're in the restaurant business, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're working when everybody else is having fun. Everybody else is
Always
celebrating.
holidays,
Yeah.
nights, weekends. I mean, there's really no downtime in a restaurant world,
Yeah.
especially if you're in a spot that's open 6-7 days a week.
Right.
I mean, and you're the owner, you're there.
Yeah.
I wanted to make this. Obviously, it's seasonal, but I'm planning to go longer season than I think most of these dairy bars kind of close down or shorten their schedule after Labor Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go till end of September and then just do a revised fall hour. Maybe just will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the fall. And
Yeah.
then as my team gains confidence and as we grow, next season might look a little different for hours and stuff.
Now, do you have like curtains to kind
So I
of?
was just looking at those. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they make like there's companies that can just
Yeah.
custom fit them, but I want to install some heaters under the patio, and then maybe we can get those drop down like kind of vinyl curtains to
Yeah.
keep in
Yeah.
some heat during the colder months. But
Believe it or not, I used to install those.
did you really?
Yeah, I worked for Niantic Conning
All
down
right. Well, maybe we'll talk
down
later.
there. I mean, it's like specialized equipment that I don't have. So.
Yeah.
But I can kind of point you in the direction, and we can look at like fabrics and stuff because some
Cool.
of them are not great and some
Yeah.
of them are great.
You have to
So
tell me what I
like,
need to
stuff
look
like
for.
that.
That's not my world. So
Yeah. But the like I don't know if you've ever been to S&P Oyster
yeah.
in Mystic. They have like a whole foyer that they create out of canvas and vinyl
Yep.
that we had redone it when I was there, and we
Okay, cool.
go swap it out with
Yeah. You
the
throw
summer
heaters in there, and
awning.
you can stay out there all year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that would be pretty cool to extend your season. You know.
Yeah. I mean, and again, like New Englanders are tough. I think.
Yeah.
Throw a
We have-
flannel on, a winter hat, and here we go.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like,
Yeah.
at Pintail, I wanted to do the big fire pit. We have 12 chairs around it. There's a big cauldron out there.
Nice.
So I was thinking too, just for like merch and stuff. Like we'll sell Pintail campfire blankets and hoodies and stuff and beanies
yeah.
in the fall and stuff.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then going through like you were saying that you farm to table essentially.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm utilizing obviously new to the area,
Yeah.
to this area specifically, but I've already created some great relationships. Yoko over at Osawaga Farm, she's been helping me out. Little Dippers, amazing. They've done stuff. They did a lot of stuff for my pop up too, and we're gonna work with them for growing season for next year. And then a farm called The Farm in Rhode Island in Chepachet.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of produce and stuff like that. And then all of our oysters are coming out of a co-op down in Jamestown. Been using Seakiss Farms right now. Their oysters are beautiful. And then next week will be Wild Goose, which is same sort of co-op.
So Wild Goose, you're gonna have
Wild Goose oysters. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
actually,
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, it's just the name of their farm. But yeah,
Yeah.
like Seakiss is a farm, Wild Goose is a farm.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there will be duck on the menu soon.
Nice.
But-
So you get to play with menus. All
Yeah, that's the
season
best
long.
thing is like it's I'm not held against any rules. So if we're missing something, like I was telling you earlier, if the farmers are like, hey, we don't have radishes or kohlrabi and cucumbers, I know you had that on your menu for your pickles or for whatever. Cool, we're flexible. We'll do something different.
Yeah.
This week upcoming, I'm doing a special. It's going to be like a smoked pork belly BLT, but it's going to have a pickled green tomato that we're going to deep fry.
Oh,
And so we have smoked pork belly with fried green tomato and like a little funky black pepper, oregano, aioli on some brioche.
Wow.
I guess we picked a good week to go.
So now like that'll last that weekend, and then you don't know what the next week will hold. kind
Yeah,
of thing?
so like I like rotating stuff out. So like if, we're smoking a ton of meat right now as it is, and just to give a disclaimer, I'm not trying to be like a barbecue, like Texas Roadhouse style barbecue joint. I love to smoke foods. So a lot of our menu has smoked items that you would expect at a barbecue spot. Like I have brisket, I have ribs, I have wings. But the sets and the sauces are not like a truly traditional like Texas.
Yeah, you're just
barbecue.
adding like a layer of flavor. to
Yeah,
it.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the idea of Pintail for me was I don't want to upset the demographic of people who have known this place in this region to be a spot. Like we used to go there for a hamburger or a hot dog, and it was great. Now they don't have it anymore, and we're not going back. So I wanted to check the list and be like, we're gonna do a burger, and we're gonna do a hot dog, and we're gonna do homemade sausage, and then what are the other things? Well, they definitely want ice cream, and then everything in between I can get creative and still have a feel of like familiarity, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The nice thing too with like the local sourcing is it allows people to come back for something different
Right? Yeah.
and try new things.
Yeah, ever changing stuff. So in the fall, it'll be fall focused stuff, especially the produce and vegetables and seafood. Right now, we have a smoked fish dip, and it's Rhode Island yellowfin. I have the Rhode Island oysters in. All the initial startup pickles that we did were like early summer vegetables, and stuff will move as the season does. So I'm not locked into anything. The lettuce on our smash burger is from a local farm. Like we're buying some things from other producers, but most of it is trying to figure out the best product that I can bring in house while keeping it to our community and our region.
Wow, that is so cool. I'm so floored for this.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to try the food. Well, I've tried your ribs. I had your ribs, and then you also gave me a little bottle of hot sauce,
Yeah, the Sweet
which
Reaper.
was
Yeah.
great. And I actually put that on venison,
Yeah.
and that was really good. So,
Yeah, I've been making that for a long time. It's fun. It's really great on oysters. I don't know if you guys do raw
okay.
bar, but
Yeah.
it's easy to eat hot sauce, not super hot. But
Yeah. Do you have like a signature of any sort that like you put on like kind of like into everything, or is that
no, it changes with me. I think again, I think a lot of it depends on what I can get in. That's just in season and beautiful, and I can be creative in that aspect of it.
Mhm.
Um, I have ways of techniques of stuff that I like to do stuff. Like my pickling technique is a certain way. I don't apply the same thing to every vegetable though, obviously. Like we change it up. And then smoking, everything's different with a smoker, which is that's been not to say my hardest part, but it's been the biggest challenge of trying to figure out, okay, I'm gonna expect to have 250 people Friday and Saturday. But in order to smoke that product, I'm curing on Tuesday night. So
right? Yeah.
I'm trimming briskets and ribs, and I'm curing stuff's sitting in the walk-in to air dry with cure for full 24 hours, and then the smoke schedule starts, and I'm running that smoker while we're also running the restaurant. So it's a lot to maintain.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
no like set time for a smoker. It's like, oh, it's done. It's
No,
done.
no, especially with I'm using an offset and it's wood fired, so it's no electronics. It's not set a timer and walk away and it's done in 18 hours. I mean, there's been nights I've been there till 3 a.m. wrapping briskets and
Yeah.
making sure that we're ready for the week.
Right.
So it's a lot of work.
Wow. It sure is. That's insane. So and do you see like more pintails happening?
It's funny. I like just seeing this concept as it's grown since our doors opened. I feel like it is a repeatable concept. I feel like it could live down by the coast. I mean, that's kind of why the whole name under is coastal smoke. Like, it's to me, it's like the best summer food of New England. Like, you want oysters, you want clams, but you also kind of want like smoky burgers or dogs or whatever. It's kind of just being outside and eating in summer in New England. Um, I think it could definitely be, a second or third location down the road if it goes well.
Yeah, nice. Do you do any kind of pizza?
Not yet, but I was thinking about, down the road, maybe putting a wood oven out back in our patio or somewhere, and we could host like a Saturday or Sunday night pizza night where we make 100 doughs and we sell out when we sell out.
Yeah.
But that would be really cool too. Yeah.
Is there like so I like when we make our own pizza during COVID, couldn't really go out to eat. So like my family, we would Friday nights we would either make a dough or we would just get it from another,
Yeah.
grocery store. And like I like doing a lot of different like meats or like I was putting like a venison hamburg with a what's the stuff that always comes with sushi? It's orange. The mayo, spicy
Like a
mayo,
spicy mayo.
Yeah.
spicy mayo, like on that,
Yeah.
and like with a like white garlic,
Yeah,
as
like a
well,
white pie,
like
yeah.
that kind of stuff. Like I like to me, I always kind of wondered. I don't have a smoker, but what would it be like to cook a pizza?
I don't know. I mean,
something like
my
that.
smoker's not
Yeah.
hot. I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't do it. You could probably definitely smoke components of the pizza in there.
Yeah.
But like my favorite type of pizza is like Neapolitan. So you want an oven that's 900.
Yeah, it's cranking.
Yeah.
I mean,
quick.
you're cooking a pizza in
Yeah.
70 seconds. But
Is that like brick oven? I don't know what
so
Neapolitan.
similar. Yeah, but brick oven is a little different. Neapolitan is going to be like your classic kind of dome shaped oven, and where you're going to have a fire built on one side, and that fire is going to kind of
Oh,
crest over the top of the oven. And it's a whole art. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
if you go and watch guys cook
Okay.
Neapolitan, it's really cool. Volturno in Worcester is a great spot, and you should check them out if you haven't had their pizza.
Okay.
But they do a great job. And usually the dough that they make, it's like a cold ferment. I don't know. I'm sure they do, but Neapolitan is usually a 3-day process. So you're making your dough, and then you're turning that dough over 3 days before it's even ready to be put in an oven. So it's a lot of work too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like, were you like folding?
Yeah,
dough?
folding.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then let it
Proofing,
rise.
Yep, exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
same
Wow.
thing.
That is cool. I don't know if I've had Neapolitan then, but I've had I love brick oven.
Yeah, I mean any wood-fired pizza, if they're making it kind of in that style, is gonna be it's a thinner crust, wood fire, crispy. You
Yeah.
know, that's gonna be more of your Neapolitan style.
Gotcha. Huh. What's your favorite food? What do you like?
I'm a steak and burgers kind of guy.
Steak
Yeah.
Same thing we said, saying smoking stuff. I'm like, all right, that's not a hard sell for me then.
right. Will you have like a lot of fish items on there?
Yeah,
too?
yeah. So right
Or-
now we're doing. I'm like literally calling it filet-o-fish, just again to have some familiarity. But we have local haddock coming out of Rhode Island, and we're doing we just do like a dredge with that Calabrian chili mayo, pickled red onion, homemade pickles, shredded lettuce, like toasted sesame bun. So kind of hits on that like fried fish tartar sauce vibe, but
But just
Yeah.
elevated.
yeah, exactly. We do a smoked fish dip on the menu right now, and then I have more stuff in the works coming through. I had a special last week. It was like smoked oysters. We did them with like little fried saltines and a bottle of hot sauce, kind of just like almost like your tin fish vibe, but
Yeah.
that kind of idea.
Wow. How much stress is it to do raw stuff? Like, because you got to
It's-
get it like daily, don't you?
Yeah, I mean oysters are great because they hold really well on ice. I mean you just have to, we're getting oysters in twice a week.
Okay.
Usually more for the weekend. So if I buy 300 on Friday morning, that will last me till Saturday night. But we did have one guy last week. I don't know who it was. I wish I got his name, but he ordered like 2 dozen, crushed them by himself, came back up, ordered another 2 dozen. I
Wow.
was like, all right.
All right. That's nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Give me a heads up on Friday if you're coming in this week.
Yeah, right. And it's so funny because I was like, I don't know if the area is gonna love oysters or not. I love oysters. I love to shuck oysters. I'm like very particular on how I serve oysters. Also, just goes back to sourcing. Like, I'm very specific on the oyster I'm looking for. And I got a great connection with a local guy here, Jimmy, and he set me up with a co-op. He runs a co-op down in Rhode Island, and the product's incredible. So if you like oysters, come by. It's definitely worth having a half dozen.
Sounds like people are coming by.
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah.
like I said, I drove by Friday. Had to be 6:30, something like that, and there's people parking on the road.
Yeah, Friday was
all the way down.
crazy.
It was crazy.
And again, it's just we're new, so we want to please everyone. We want to make everybody happy. My biggest thing with how I envision Pintail is just that people are there with their families. They get to hang out. It's not a lot of stress, and that we can serve the food that we envision and that we want, and we hold to a certain quality that you guys get to try it and you're excited for it. I think, operating wise, we need to figure out a few things as far as like limiting our takeout. Friday, I think jammed us up a little bit because we had a multitude of takeout orders that were like catering worth size. Just groups of 14, 15 people, but there's only one person there doing the order.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it kind of holds up. Like if there's 25 people in line, but we have all these tickets ahead just that are to go, it can bog down the kitchen a little bit.
Have people been pretty like accepting, like knowing that you're like
Yeah, no, it's
learning?
crazy. I mean, Friday we started prepping people right at the window. Like, hey guys, we're on a long wait. It's gonna be 40, 50 minutes probably before we even get to your ticket.
Wow.
And people are hanging out. So
yeah.
I got to get more yard games and stuff for people to do in the yard. But I think they're all just excited to be at the property.
That's cool.
And
Do you serve alcohol?
not yet. I
Not
will
yet.
be. I have to put in a few things in order to make my property, I guess, adhere to the state. I have to fence in the property line.
Make like the patio.
Yeah,
Beer-
they need
beer
specific
garden.
areas, exactly, specific
Yeah.
areas for outdoor dining that need to have partitions. So I have to have that in place before I can finish my application.
Now, is your idea to go full alcohol?
I
or
think
just
with
beer
all
and
the work
wine?
that the process is taking, I'm gonna go full.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna do cocktails right off the bat, but I think, it opens up my library of what I can serve.
Yeah.
Even if we just did, 1 or 2 specialty cocktails that are easy, they're batched out. Like,
Right. Yeah.
A funky.
If you throw some bourbon on the smoker,
Yeah, I got you.
How does that work? Can you cook with alcohol?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Before you. Okay.
Yeah,
Do
you can cook with it.
Do you
Yeah,
cook? I don't
some
even
things.
know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the sauces we have, especially at my other restaurant, we do a lot of like seafood-based sauces, and we cook with all types of alcohol. Just can't serve it.
Gotcha. And then you were saying that the ice cream takes like a whole nother.
Yeah,
layer
I'm
of
not
permitting.
100%.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so I think it's, I don't know, I could be butchering this, but it's like a frozen foods license or
Mm-hmm.
a certain protocol that you have to go through Board of Health if you are running soft serve or if you're making frozen products in house. And then they have to, it's like quarterly checking in on it to test it for, I don't know if it's for bacteria or what, but
Yeah, I was gonna say when it's frozen, how much can be growing in there?
you never know. I mean, the soft serve machines, like I was saying earlier, they're like 30K, but the cleaning protocols on them are insane.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they refrigerate the base of the ice cream base, but you have to drain them. You have to refrigerate the base. You have to clean the whole machine out and then put it back on, and so it can return your product.
And you have to do that like often.
Oh yeah, like some machines are daily.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Maybe not do the soft serve.
Well, that's why I went to Scoops because like I really wanted soft. I want to do like a lot of fun flavors that I can make in house because soft serve is like you just have a base essentially, and then you could do blueberries right now. Without my blueberries are in season,
Yeah.
or whatever fun flavors you want.
Yeah.
And I think kids love soft serve too. So it kind of initially that's where my mind was, but kids love ice cream in general. So
Right. Yeah.
we're doing an ice cream sandwich. I named the Julian sandwich, which is my son's name, but it's just two Little River salted chocolate chip cookies with your like choice of ice cream. We warm the cookies up, you get ice cream. It's a big chocolate chip ice cream sandwich.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's from Little River Bakery.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Trent at Little River. He's making me cookies right now. He's doing the roll for our brisket sandwich, which is kind of like I don't know. It's almost like a pretzel roll, but it's got higher hydration, so it's not dense. And then he's also doing focaccia for us, like big sheets of herb focaccia for our mushroom sandwich.
Wow.
Yeah, he's super talented.
That's like a whole new trend, like focaccia bread and sourdough bread.
Yeah,
Is that?
yeah. I think it was really big during COVID when
Yeah.
people started, doing their own
Experimenting.
thing. Yep.
Yeah. We joke because my wife does sourdough and like she's been up late nights, like, oh, I forgot
Yeah,
to
I gotta
feed it
feed
or
my
whatever.
starter.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your sourdough starter is?
Put that on a bumper sticker.
So that's not something you would do though. That's
I'm not
you've been
set up to do
sourcing.
full baking right now.
Okay.
We're kind of set up like a full service restaurant and a butchery. Like so,
Oh, okay.
a lot of meat prep, a lot of seafood prep. Start grinding all of our own burger and sausage and stuff like that.
Wow.
But baking would just be another aspect. I would need a full another wall for deck ovens and just the amount of space you need for baking with mixers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and I trust him. He's way better at it than I am.
Okay. Yeah.
And it sounds like you don't need anything else on your
No.
plate.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it's cool though to see all the aspects of it because I've no idea. I was a carpenter.
Yeah, no, it's-
washed up carpenter. So it's just like it's cool to see all those moving parts and then like the certain stuff that you would like going to scoop rather than a $30,000 machine. Like
yeah,
I get
there's
it.
some
like,
things
it's a
that just
lot.
make more sense for the business,
Yeah, yeah.
especially right off the bat. I had a laundry list of things that I really, really wanted to do, and I had to kind of wind them down in order to get open by when I needed to get open for. So
Yeah.
the soft serve machine got the next this year. I mean, maybe in the future, but
Yep.
I think the ice cream that we have, like it's really good ice cream.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
it's something that everybody locally knows.
Right. Yeah. And if it's not broken, like I was saying earlier too, we do so much stuff. Every sauce, pickle, component of every sandwich is all scratch. So I'm not making the sesame buns and I'm not making some of the breads and I'm not making the ice cream, but the products that I'm bringing in are top tier.
Yeah. I mean, Gifford's. First time I had it was in Maine.
Yeah.
So
Gifford's is
it
awesome.
goes far.
Yeah. One of our flavors right now is just wild Maine blueberry and it's really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a big brand for,
Yeah.
it's right here.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So, yeah, man. Wow. I'm super excited for this.
Thank you,
and
yeah.
for you. That's
Thanks for
really
having me.
cool. And the smoker, what did you make that?
So I was a custom build company called Primitive Pits out of Georgia. I was like a 9-month wait list to get on their wait list.
Wow.
Yeah, that smoker's been to Aspen, Colorado too. We drove it out to Colorado for a wedding. It's a 500-gallon offset,
Oh wow.
and it's sweet. And
Yeah, it
what's
looks like
kind
one
of
of
crazy is like I'm also considering I might need to get on the wait list now to
For
get
another one.
to get another one for this restaurant in the next 2 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Because there's days where we're running brisket. If I have 12, 15 brisket, I have to keep that temp a certain temp and I can't move stuff around in there. And if I have to smoke fish or wings or whatever,
Yeah.
I will need another smoker. So it's not the worst problem to have. I mean, they're beautiful to look at too, but
Yeah, they're really that to me it looked like a commercial propane tank.
that's what they are.
That's what
Yeah.
they are. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you're not just gonna pick one up from the road and try to fabricate it yourself. The guys that build these pits, they're world class, pit masters. So
Wow.
they double wall insulate them. They create wood ovens that are at the appropriate height for the draft. They're really well built.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not cheap either, but
I bet.
they make some small at home size ones though. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
That if you want to get into it, they're not the worst investment.
I think I'm just gonna go to your place, which is at 405 Mashmucket Road in Pomfret Center. So when you get another smoker, is it gonna be like the same size?
So that what I might do is how the doors are facing on the left side on the trailer. I might do the reverse so I
you
can
have to set
access
it
the
on
other
both
side.
sides.
They also make a trailer that you can put two 500s on.
So that's like bigger, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I say I get really into catering down the road here in this area, I could have the one that's there now just be my catering one, and I could put a double side by side one
for
that
the
lives at
restaurant.
the restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. So you're definitely going to get into catering as well.
I mean, I haven't touched in this market in this area yet. Again, it just depends on how busy we are. I think I'll probably do a lot more like drop off pickup stuff through the restaurant, like at the restaurant.
Yeah.
But my whole background is on event catering, and a lot of the private chef world is that type of stuff. So
Yeah, I guess because like the seasonal outdoor dining is going to kind of die off, and
yeah, probably taper off in the
you can
fall.
kind of catch the end of the wedding season and
Yep.
the Christmas events and other
Yeah, even
holiday
like
events.
even graduations and stuff in the spring and stuff, I think would be a good time to
Yeah.
or sports events. I know there's a lot of schools around here that have reached out and stuff.
Oh, wow.
I was also hopeful for Pintail just because where we're at in location, like the Glen Carrigan and stuff, that we might catch some of the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to come
Yeah, that's awesome.
buy out Pintail for the night? The place is yours. Have the fire going. We put out a raw bar. I have a beautiful 12-foot copper raw bar, so I
Wow.
shuck right out in the yard, and it'd be fun.
Yeah, that sounds like something you could do like special nights too.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have like a band, do you plan on doing like?
I do. I have some guys lined up and some girls lined up for some live music. Just kind of simple stuff to start, but yeah, if you are in that world, reach out.
We've had a lot of people on here that do like
Cool.
either events like that or they're in the band world. So we can definitely hook you up with their names. And
Yeah, that'd be
stuff
awesome.
That do it because I feel like if you're a band or just a musician, like there's a tour to be had around here.
Yeah.
Between the wineries, the breweries, like Chubby Dog Coffee Shop has live.
Yeah,
music.
I've been to a few shows there.
Hank's over here at the restaurant, they have live stuff going on. It's just like I feel like it's just like you could tour around this area doing.
And it gives you the whole vibe. Like if you have like a 40-minute wait, because
Right,
the
these
thought if
people
there's
can, like-
music out there that can kind of just hang out and forget
Right.
what time
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, and that'll be even better when I get booze too, because then you can just hang out by the fire, have a beer, whatever, listen to music.
and then get served, a
Yeah.
little later or
Yeah,
whatever.
it doesn't even phase you at that point.
Yeah.
That it was
Yeah.
Like, oh,
30,
food's
40
here.
minutes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, drinking
Yeah.
on an empty stomach though. I've done that.
I'll tell you this. Usually, it's a little secret. If you do like oysters and you come there, if you order oysters, I'm gonna push them out first for you. So you get your oysters before most of the other food, unless you specify you want them with
Right.
dinner. But
Yeah, because it's raw.
yeah, it's
Right,
quick.
it's
and
not-
they're
you
not
don't
gonna
have to
sit
cook
out
it.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you just push it out. Do you have now you go to the window and order?
yeah,
and
so
then
I
you
kind of kept
sit?
it the same. They always had like two windows, an order window and a pickup window. I actually just put a message into a guy to have some hand painted signs done, like kind of cool script font. That'd be order here, pick up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go to the front window. We have a great team. And then you place your order. Menus and all that stuff are there, and then the second window is where ice cream, drinks, and all the food come out of.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I'm so excited for this. I'm
Thanks.
excited to try it.
It's
I mean,
something new and fresh in the area.
Yeah, and I had your ribs, and they were amazing. I actually, so we have my family has a family reunion, and it happened to be on the same day you were doing the Bare Hands pop up. So like, I grabbed a growler from them and
Oh, awesome.
ribs from you and the hot sauce, and then like other people in my family were trying it. Actually, my cousin that tried it that day has already been there.
Oh, awesome.
And
Cool.
he gave it a great review. He was
Oh,
like,
that's
"Oh
great.
yeah, you got to get over there and try it." So
Yeah. And like I said, we're always changing stuff up. So
yeah, that's cool. That kind of like you'll have your base menu and then something you want to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything different. That's
allows the kitchen to have fun with it too. They're not stuck in the same like every.
Oh, we're
dish
making
the
this
same
again.
Every single, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that gets pretty meh.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be staple items that probably never leave the menu, but we can always have fun with changing them up a little bit.
Man, anything else? Got any big events coming? Anything like that?
None yet. I mean, we're just trying to get our feet wet. So I think all the support has been huge, and me and the team are so thankful for it, and the community has been super supportive. I would just say, if you want to come back, or if you've been and you had to wait a little bit, I'm sorry. We got slammed last week, but come back. Our slower hours are usually in between the 2 meal periods.
Yeah.
And then also kind of right at 11. A lot of people haven't been there right at 11. But I'm just excited to run this summer and into fall, and then next year we'll hit it harder. We'll be open probably by end of April.
Yeah, the winter gives you some time to like make some adjustments.
Yeah,
to go work.
100%. Yeah. I mean, it's all new to all of us. So this was my 4th week, really 3rd, because the first one it was like a really quiet open. I didn't put anything out there other than like a post on my story on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to kill the staff essentially. Like,
right.
It's hard. I've been a part of a lot of restaurant openings where you hang the giant grand opening banner and you lose half the staff after the first weekend. They're like,
Really?
I can't do it. Oh,
they just walk out.
Yeah, they're like, hey, this isn't for me, because you just get crushed.
Yeah,
I'd rather
no chance
them
to
learn
really
the
learn.
food. Yeah, and learn an environment that's like conducive to like teaching them how things should be done, and I can do that, and I can shadow them and stand with them, and hey, this is how I wanted this. This is how I wanted that, versus just okay, I don't even know. I can't even help you right now. We just got to get this food out the window.
Yeah.
Because then it shows also on your product.
Yeah.
I want everything to be a certain way, like on how the guest receives it, and to ensure that I wanted to make sure the staff felt comfortable in how they were learning. And
Yeah, not like this plate looks this way and then this plate looks this way.
Right, consistency. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. Is this the first restaurant you've been a part of that's seasonal?
no, not necessarily. I mean, I spent so many years on the vineyard, which is like the
that's
whole
right.
aspect is seasonal there, which is nice. I never thought I would have a seasonal restaurant off the vineyard. I never thought it could exist in Connecticut, unless it was like on a beach town or something like that. So when I'd seen the property initially and they were running it seasonally, I was like, oh, it could be kind of a perfect setup.
Yeah.
You just work really hard all spring, summer, fall, and then close the doors.
Yeah.
But I really want to go as long as I can possibly go. And if I can do heaters and stuff like that in the fall and maybe stretch it out a little more, then
Yeah.
And something to just a random thought in my head, like for the fall, was there's all the corn mazes and stuff up
Yeah.
that way. You can catch people after that.
yeah, 100%. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And you might have been catching the. Last week I was at June Norcross, Boy Scout camp reservation.
Yep.
And the graduation, ending ceremony parade and all that like let out, and that's why I was going by.
No,
and
maybe
that was like,
maybe that was part of it.
I mean, it's 400 campers. Some are from like Cincinnati.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
We had like campers from everywhere, but like in general, it's usually a bunch of local places too, like a bunch of local troops. So
Yeah, I don't know.
Going there.
It came out of nowhere. We were like, this is wild.
yeah, I
It was-
wonder if that's
It was
what
probably 300 people Friday night.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Served them all, huh?
Served them all. I mean, eventually, yeah.
Got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, you could even do like movie nights with the.
I know,
outdoor
like cool
screens,
projector or
stuff
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot of ideas about the property, and eventually, if I can figure it out, I have the wooded lot kind of next to the property. I wanted to do stuff with there, a little woods trail through, maybe some kid stuff like I don't know, little rope swings or little kind of ropes course type thing. I don't know, stuff for families to hang out and do stuff there.
Yeah, I have a newer buddy. He was a client. Now he's client and buddy, and he's super into running. So now I'm like, all right, if we can trail run the airline.
Yeah, you can
And
pop right off there. Yeah.
and pop in for some booze and
Literally
eats.
right around the corner. Yeah, I know.
Make up for all the running we did.
I have a buddy like that too. He
It's a
does
wash.
ultras. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, man, I mean, welcome. I don't know what else to say or ask, but you just definitely know your thing. Anyone in the room with you for like 2 seconds knows how passionate you are.
Thanks.
Yeah, I would just love anything for this to work for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And
I appreciate you having
see
me.
you go years and years and be like that traditional. Hey, it's opening up. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the dream.
So really happy for you. Really, I know it was a fight to get it open.
Yeah.
You know, everything worth doing is really hard to do.
It's
So,
yeah, you're right.
You know, I'm glad you stuck it out.
Yeah, me too.
Stuck to the area.
It was a big sigh of relief opening, even quietly, just to be like, okay, it's here.
The day has
working.
come.
Yeah, it's here. We like all the work, and it was a lot of work. I
Yeah.
mean, but I think that the way that we handled it and the way that we opened, it gave the property the respect it needed, and it kind of pulled everything that I had visioned. Like I know I lost the whole season doing it, but it's there now. So
Yeah. And then just the idea that, I mean, given your resume, you could have bailed at any time. You know what I mean? And I just give you a lot of
Yeah,
respect
thank
for
you.
that. Stay in Northeast Connecticut. You know,
Yeah,
a
no.
lot of people say what they say about Northeast Connecticut. I love it. I think it has some of the best people in the world.
I love this area. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the people are awesome, and just being in this little pocket of Connecticut where there's still so many farms and so many people involved in that community.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at first. I kind of just discovered it as I lived here for a few years.
Yeah.
But it's really cool,
Nice.
and I do think it really is a little quiet corner that people don't really know a lot about yet.
Yeah. We're getting a little louder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But I have buddies coming out from Providence that like are just astonished. Like I didn't know this place looked like this out here.
Yeah.
Even friends from Mass and stuff. You're only an hour away.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool, man. All right. Well, thanks for coming out, and you're always welcome here.
Thanks, Matt.
You
Thanks
got
for having
anything you want us to boast on weekly or whatever basis? We'll do what we can, and we'd love to have you back at some point.
Okay.
Get some updates.
Yeah, maybe in the fall or something, and
Right.
I'll bring you guys some food or something.
I was thinking even in the spring, like right before you open, like hey,
Oh, next year, yeah,
let everybody
100%.
know, like,
Yeah.
stuff like that. That'd be cool. But yeah, you can bring me food anytime.
Awesome.
We can eat here. We don't have to record it.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. The Community Workbench family is promoting the Be the One campaign. It was started by, you know what? Stop. Let's go back. Put the camera on you, Jay. What do you got going on? I want you to plug Ashling Gym. What's coming
So
up?
in September, we are celebrating our 10th anniversary being open in Brooklyn. Woohoo! And super excited to be a part of this town through all the years and all the support through all the ups and downs. And the big thing was COVID because that hurt a lot of people. So it was super fun to see the support and everybody around. And now it's great to see other local businesses come and join part of this community.
Yeah.
So look for some fun stuff on the socials that we got coming up. Some
Nice.
promos and some other fun things we're trying to get in the works and do
Yeah.
to be a bigger part of this town.
And thanks for helping out with the cameras and
It's been
being-
fun over here.
being part of. All right, good.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah, but it's not as hard as some people think it's hard to run that, and
It's just remembering to
it's
switch.
a setup, and then it's just, and thank you for being the one focused on that, so I could. Yeah.
I just want everybody to get a face to the name, so when they go in, they see you, and it's okay. There's a familiarity as soon as they walk in. Like just from being here, we're excited to come next week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be up.
Awesome. Kelsey, you got anything?
Oh, always busy doing stuff at the salon, Jimmy Dog here, any place anyone needs me, I'm around.
She's like producer for everybody in the
Yeah,
area.
exactly. No, definitely go check out Pintail though. I've already been. I got oysters. The fish dip was so good. The oyster roll, like the loaded tot, everything. Like I basically got one of everything. It was so good. So definitely
Nice.
check it out. And I'm gonna be bringing my parents Wednesday. So.
Awesome.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks for your help as usual
Yeah.
on everything. And thank you everybody for watching once again. The Community Workbench family is promoting the Be the One campaign. It was started by the American Legion in efforts to stop veteran suicide. If you know a veteran, call them. Be the one to check in on them. For more details, visit betheone.org. Also, please extend this to all first responders as well. The Quiet Corner Peer Support Group is a great resource for when dealing with PTSD. Join us July 27th when we talk to Holly Blade from the Little Theater on Broad Street. Their next production is SpongeBob. Super excited to hear about what they got going on. As always, buy local, hire local, dine local, volunteer local, donate local, and have great days.